What's up? It's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you today a project that I'm really excited to be working on. I want to see how much stuff I can make in a month. I have a couple projects I'm finishing up in the next couple of weeks, and then I plan to spend basically the next month. We're starting the event on October 23rd and running it through November 27th. And then we'll be making donations to the art center that I mentioned that does this Tree of Warmth giving tree type of thing. And they, I think, said they start putting those out in December, so it works perfect. So I showed these last time, but these beanies that I made and these two sweaters I'm gonna donate. Those are not gonna be included in this challenge because they're already done. So I have a stash of scraps that I'm gonna be using, and I also went shopping. Oh, one more. I had the most fun just walking down the yarn aisle, and I'm using this as an excuse to like try out all the fun colors that I've always wanted to try and never had a project for. So I'm just gonna see how much I can crochet in a month. All right, it's officially day one of my month-long crochet challenge. I just got home from work. I grabbed some food, but I figured I would film before I eat in case I get food in my teeth. I actually did manage to start crocheting a little bit. I brought some stuff to school for some workshops I'm gonna be teaching, but while I was like on a break, I was able to finish a whole arm warmer. So off to a really good start. My plan is, I have no plan. I wrote down a few like reminders of things I might want to make, like arm warmers, hats, scarves, like ear warmer headbands, and maybe a couple of like shawls, like a wider scarf with pockets or something to put your hands in. So my plan is to just kind of like go wherever I want. I picked my yarn I'm gonna start with, I think with like a scarf in a little bit. But yeah, I'm just gonna make what I feel like and just keep going until I get bored of something and then change to something else. So I've got half of one project finished today, so off to a pretty good start. Alright, so it has been a week. I surprised myself with how like gung-ho I went on some of these projects. I don't expect the same level of productivity for the rest of this, because as we get through this event, we are also going to be moving closer and closer to the end of the semester, and grades are going to start piling up. So I kind of just like went ham while I could, and we'll just see where we go from here. So I thought it'd be fun to do like a little show and tell of what I finished so far. I have 3 scarves, one that I'm almost done with that's like a big scarf that has pockets, and then I have 2 hats that I've started that I didn't finish. I started just like getting ideas for different color combinations and projects and starting them so that I wouldn't forget, but now I need to like go back and finish them all. So far I have been able to do a little bit of crocheting at work just because we're doing some like events to teach people how to crochet, and some people are teaching how to knit. So I have been able to do that a little bit, or like on my lunch break. So far I've crocheted every day. I have been trying to make myself take breaks so that my knuckles and wrists don't get tired. But I've been doing it, I would say, at least for like an hour every day. I've also very quickly learned to do a really good job of weaving in ends as I go so that I don't have to sit here and do it all at the end. So I've got this color block fringe scarf. Color blocking is your best friend if you're trying to use up scrap yarns, because you can just kind of like go until you stop and then add another color. This one, which does need ends woven in still, from one of my rainbow scrap balls. This one is a little bit bigger. This one is a color block one. So I have 8 finished projects and 3 more. One that's almost finished, so almost 9, and 2 that are like a third of the way done. So that's pretty good for 1 week, 9 projects. I've got a couple sets of hand warmers, arm warmers, fingerless gloves, whatever you want to call these. These are really fun. By the time this video comes out, I will have posted a scrap yarn projects video where I teach you how to do these. Now that I've got more practice with them, it takes like an hour and a half to do a pair of these. And so you can do those in one sitting. So those are really good. Then a couple of plain beanies. And then this little one. I've never put ears on something before, so I thought that would be cute to just put little ears on it. So that's what I've got so far. Today starts week 2. All right, so it's the end of week 2. I was hoping, I can't get it all in frame, but I have this like mountain, 2 mountains of stuff in front of me from this week. I feel like I've really kind of hit a groove as far as what I'm making, how I'm making it. I am still finding a little bit of time during the workday to work on stuff. I was actually homesick a day last week. I don't have chronic fatigue syndrome, but a symptom of my condition is occasional chronic fatigue, and I had it really bad last week. So I binged the entire of Stranger Things season 2 on Thursday and crocheted. So I got a lot done. All right, so this week I finished, or like 90% finished, this like big wide scarf. This is the one that I talked about being almost finished with at the end of last week. I say almost finished because I still haven't sewn the pockets on. Trying to like stitch these on with yarn, it'll just get a little bit too chunky, so I am going to like hand sew these on with thread. So I just haven't got around to that yet, so that still needs to be done. Then I've got this beanie, this beanie, this one, which I think turned out really pretty. I love the green and the yellow. This one, this is one of the new like fancy skeins of yarn that I got that I wanted to try out and just like see how I like it. And I've looked at this yarn every time I've gone to the yarn store for like months and months. So I do have some ideas. So I think eventually this winter I'm going to get some of this for myself and make a sweater. So I was able to do, if you're wondering what you can do with a skein of yarn, I can't tell you the yardage because I don't have any of them up here, but I was able to do this hat, these gloves, and have this much left over. So I'm on my fingerless glove game. I made 3 pairs of those. This scarf, which I worked horizontally, that I think it's very simple, but I've been working a little bit more on doing like fancier stitches versus trying to just churn things out. I kind of, when I started this, I kind of split my yarn into like 3 stages. First was just the like balls of scrap yarn that I didn't really like working with that much, that I wanted to get rid of, that I definitely was going to use. And then I had the fresh whole skeins of fancy yarn. Oh, it's not fancy, it's just new. That I bought for this. And then the third phase is I have like a maybe pile that in case I ran out of yarn, stuff that I could probably still use, but that I don't mind using for this. So I am just about done with the like full scrap yarn pile. I still have a couple balls of that I'm keeping in a bag at work. And I actually found some old pillowcases I made that I haven't used in years that I completely tore apart and have been making new stuff. So I did add a few balls to that that I'm working through. But with that, I made this matching super chunky beanie and waffle knit scarf. And then I'm working on another matching set with some of those old pillowcase ones. Oh, that was from last week. So I was like, I'm missing one. I'm already mixing up what I made when. So yeah, that is this week's accomplishments. 2 regular scarves, finishing a big scarf. 2 chunky beanies, 4 regular beanies, and 3 pairs of gloves. I'm not going to make a partridge in a pear tree joke. Alright, so it's the end of week 3. I definitely slowed down a little bit this week, mostly because I felt like it, but also because I'm running out of yarn. I have this and like a third of a skein that is in my bag at work left of the yarn that I bought for this. So phase 2 that I talked about last time is almost gone. So I think I was already thinking, like, the title of this video says a month. We are doing this event for 5 weeks, so I might end it for the video like at 31 days instead of 35. I do still have that maybe stash, but at this rate I feel like I could honestly go through that entire thing, which I don't know that I necessarily wanted to do that. So I'm kind of just like slowing down, being a little bit more leisurely with it, giving my hands a break. And like I said, things are just like getting more and more swamped at work, so that makes sense. So this week, I did this beanie, this scarf, some little fringe for something different. This is, I think I mentioned last week, from like those old pillowcases I found that I like disassembled and got a bunch more yarn. I made like a matching color block beanie and scarf from that. Then I did this set of hand warmers, this matching hat and hand warmers, and then I did this scarf. So, fewer things this week, but that is okay. I'm just blowing through this so much faster than I thought I would, so it's kind of crazy. My pile is getting quite huge on the floor over here. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but some of these skeins have like a little bit left over. So I've been saving those in a little pile, like anything left over that is too small for an individual project. And I think towards the end I'm going to like make a bunch of little granny squares and do like a patchwork granny square scarf or something. So I might start working on that this week too. So this will be week 4, and then I'll do a few more days after that. So I'm still really having a blast. I'm looking at the pile again. It's getting so huge. I'll have to show you in a sec, but we're getting there. A week and some change to go. Okay, so this is the mountain. For context, there's like my chair that I film in my little bookshelf. So this pile back here, that was the pile I already started with, like things that I made before this month, but these 3 stacks are all things I've made in the last 3 weeks. Here's the little pile of extras. I have a couple more on my coffee table downstairs I need to bring up here, but some of these, there's quite a bit left. So I think I'll either like put some of those together and try to make a beanie or something, or like I said, do some sort of patchwork granny square scarf. So on to week 4. All right, so it's the end of week 4. Only 3 days left to go. I actually was able to finish a couple of pieces at work today that I've been working on, so I did get quite a bit done this week. Got some matching sets going on. I did this waffle knit scarf. This is a thinner weight yarn, and I used like a smaller crochet hook. I've never done anything that's like small waffle knit before, so that was kind of cool. It took forever. And a pair of like matching gloves. Then I did another blue scarf. I was trying out like doing like horizontal and vertical. Just I've been making a lot of the same things, so I've been trying to like experiment and just kind of do anything that's a little bit different. Gloves for those as well. Finished this beanie. This is some of the yarn that I got from our stash at school, and so it's got a matching hat as well. The color is a little hard to tell, but it's got like this cream stripe on the bottom and then the pink. So that's what I finished this week. I have a little bit of this blue yarn left that I'm finishing a hat for maybe tonight. And then just a little bit of this like cream colored yarn left that I'm gonna, if it's not enough to be a hat, it'll be like a headband, like ear warmers. I'm probably gonna either finish that at work tomorrow or bring it home to finish over the next couple days. And then I still am gonna do my like granny square scrap patchwork. That's the word I'm looking for. My brain is so fried. I need to not film right after I get home from work. But my patchwork scarf to finish it off. So like 3 projects left that I'm trying to finish in the next 3 days so that it'll be right at 31 days, but we're almost there. And then I do still want to clean everything up before we do donations next week. All right, this is it. It has officially been a month, and I have the last couple pieces to show you and the grand totals that I counted up, which I've waited this whole time to count, and I'm quite surprised. So I finished one more hat. This like ear warmer headband. It's a little thicker to like cover your ears and your head, and then it's skinnier at the bottom. And then this is the patchwork scarf that I did with all the scraps. It's definitely very eclectic. I know this would not be everyone's style, but I thought it was a really good way to use up the extras, and I think it turned out pretty cute. Alright, so my final count was 14 hats, 9 pairs of gloves, 13 scarves, and 1 ear warmer for a total of 37 items that I was able to make in a month. And that is crazy. I had no expectations. I had no idea how much I was gonna want to do it, how fast I was gonna do it. I've been crocheting for a very, very long time, like over 2 decades, so I know that I'm pretty fast at it, but I am faster than I thought. Like I said, I was running out of yarn a little bit at the end, but this was really fun. I'm definitely a little burnt out of crocheting these items, but not in general, which is great because I have a couple of projects and videos planned for the next couple of months that will be quite different, so I'm really excited to get into those. This was such a fun time. I hope you enjoyed watching me work my way through this, and if anyone is interested in the whole like charity aspect of this event, it actually went really well. We had quite a few students and faculty members participating, and it's the weekend, I'm going to gather all this up, and I'm gathering up all of our donations that we had at school on Monday, and I'm going to be taking that to the place that we're donating them, so I'm really excited for that. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I post videos 2 to 3 times a month. Thanks so much for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.